It's your date. It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Monday, October 20th. How is everyone doing today? I am clearly Mondaying. I am having a Monday. Wow. We have a locked and loaded show for you guys today. If you have not been paying attention to what has been going on the docket, we have some crazy updates in the Baldoni and Lively saga. The It Ends With Us drama. We have the leaked recording from Claire Ayoub and Wrigley. Apparently, Wrigley wants to get involved in the It Ends With Us drama. We have a new leaked recording that is shocking. Shocking because it's a big nothing burger. It is another example of headlines that are misleading, and we're going to talk about it all. In my opinion, Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer are once again being proven to actually, well, I just don't think that there's enough against them. There's no actual hard evidence that shows that they did anything wrong here. But once again, the headlines always seem to be looking like they are the bad ones. We'll get into the recording in just a bit. People are out there trying to cancel Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. Have you heard about this drama? We'll get into it. It's a sore subject. It's a very sensitive subject. So I'm willing to take the heat about what my feelings are about it. I think people are really sensitive. But this is a very touchy subject. It's a very sensitive subject because it's about DV. But it's also people that are just trying to have fun and light. So, I don't know. We're going to get into that. The Perfect Neighbor documentary, I need to talk to you guys about it. This is a tough one. We'll get to that at the end of the show. So if you haven't watched it and you don't want me to spoil it, I'll make sure to talk about it at the way end and I'll put timestamps. I promise. I will put timestamps for this one because I want to recap that. Plus, Kim Kardashian showed up looking, I mean, this is just my opinion, psychotic, cuckoo. What land are we on? What planet are we on over the weekend? What other stories do I have for you guys this weekend? We have some plastic surgery conversations that we had. Oh, Blake Lively. Blake Lively showed up with Ryan Reynolds. Finally, they had a little appearance together and she's deflecting by vomiting on her Instagram stories. You know, that always happens when bad stuff is happening for her. John Stamos, Uncle Jesse spoke about Lori Loughlin and the college scandal. We have so much to talk about. Will I get to it all? We'll see. Let's see what we can get to. Make sure to hit the subscribe and the like as you guys come in, because I am here Monday through Friday with all kinds of breaking news every single day. I talk about it all. I talk about true crime. I talk about celebrity news. I talk about trials. Oh my God, we just got breaking news about Michael Proctor in the Karen Reed trial. Should I even jump into that? How am I going to do it all? Okay, let's get to the show. Everyone, it's your daily dose of Donna. Sprinklering. How many of you guys hit subscribe yet? How many of you guys hit like? Let's get a like counter going right now. Hit that like. It does nothing to you. It does nothing. It hurts you. It costs nothing. It actually just gives you good juju to hit a like. That's it. Yay, we have all our mods here. Josh, Laura, I see Kenny. I see everyone here. Is Christina here too? I don't know, but I'm just happy to see all my faves are in the comments. Welcome, everyone. Rosanna says, hello, Donna. I am addicted to your show. Oh, God. Well, I'm addicted to you. Lily says, Saturday, I was listening to your Friday Live while doing some PT exercises. When you broke out into Ariana Grande's voice, I cracked up so hard, I fell down out of the exercise position. Oh, geez. I hope you didn't hurt yourself. Did you? I hope not. Did you hurt yourself and did you leave your wife for me? Welcome to the show. Let's get right into it. We've got a lot of stories to hit up. We've got a lot of big ones, a lot of small ones. We got literally, we're going to go up and down, up and down. We've got big chunks, small chunks. And just like Alec Baldwin likes to fat shame bodies and trees and trucks. Remember that one day when Alec Baldwin got in a car accident? He's like, it was a big tree, a fat tree, a huge tree, a big back tree. And it was a huge truck. It was a big, big, big truck, the biggest truck I ever saw. Well, that's like this show. It's a big truck, a huge show. Genergy says, I am addicted to you too, Donna. I follow you on IG. I love what you stand for. Thank you so much. Listen, well, you have to stand for something. Not everyone's going to like it, but I stand for the fact that I don't like a lot of people out there these days. Some people get mad at me, but sorry. There's a lot of people that I don't like. Yeah, it was a whale. That truck was a whale, that garbage truck. It was a whale. Okay. You guys, this week on Dancing with the Stars is Wicked. Lance, my husband who works on the show, you guys know this, told me there's no more seats for the entire rest of the season. Not even for me. Not even for the wife of someone who works on the show. I mean, I'm sure if I was a celebrity, I could get in. But I can't get in. I keep getting DMs from people saying, please, please, please get me in. Someone get me in. Donna, get me tickets. I'm like, I can't. It's the most popular season yet. I get it. It's so, so good. It's a great, great season of Dancing with the Stars, but it's Wicked season. It's Wicked week. So speaking of Ariana Grande, we're going to go watch Wicked. It's a popular show. Popular. All right, let's get into the show first. First things first. I'm the realist. Okay, I think we can all agree that Claire Ayoub, this mystery declarant in this Justin Baldoni wanting to squeeze her way in to the biggest legal drama, is a big pile of crapola. My opinion, just like Ryan Reynolds, right? Ryan Reynolds just can say, my opinion. Listen, she really dumb fucked up. These people are such idiots. This is just Daily Dose of Donna, okay? Everything I say here is a complete opinion of my own. To go against and bite the hand that feeds you is such a mistake. And for what? And for what? In case you missed it, Claire Ayoub is this mystery declarant that decided to create a stink in this entire story of the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively drama. Why? She decided to insert herself. I mean, Holly says it for me. Insufferable twat waffle, that Claire. That's a great, you must not be from America, because a twat waffle is a phenomenal way to describe Claire. A twat waffle. Enrique says, I'm angry, Donna. I'm angry. I sent you a DM. I can't wait to read that. I hope it's good. I'm going to look for it. I know I'm getting so many DMs and I'm really trying my hardest to keep up. So I feel like she decided to insert herself, but I have some feelings why she inserted herself, and I don't think it was fully on her own doing. I do think that she was asked to kind of insert herself. Honestly, I mean, this is just my assumption. I could be wrong. But I do think that she was pushed into this, okay? I got to stay focused. I can't look at DMs right now because I really, really want to. So I think that she essentially, what happened was she recorded secretly a 37-minute phone call with Steve Sarowitz. Now, Steve Sarowitz, for those of you that don't know, is the CEO of Wayfarer Productions. That's the defendant in this case now, via versus Blake Lively. It is also the financier. It's the company that funded not only It Ends With Us, but also funded this Claire Ayoub movie, Empire Waste. Steve Sarowitz, from research I've done, is for all intents and purposes, a really, really decent, good man. I don't know him personally. I've never met him. I've only heard things about him that are nothing but positive. Like I've said hundreds of times before since last December. No, I would say since January. Because remember, I was Team Blake for 5 seconds. There's enough ample time now to know that if you're a bad person, there's too many people looking. There are too many sleuths out there, quote unquote. There's too many TikTok citizen journalists. There's too many of us out there. There's too many people that would come out of the closet, quote unquote, that would say, Justin Baldoni is a piece of crap. Justin Baldoni has treated me horribly. Justin Baldoni is A, B, and C. Or in the other side, Steve Sarowitz is a piece of crap. Steve Sarowitz has treated me awful. Steve Sarowitz has A, B, and C. Jamie Heath has treated me awful. Jamie Heath has treated me A, B, and C. Just like we have seen multiple people on the other end who have said, Blake Lively has treated me horrendous. Ryan Reynolds has treated me horrendous. Okay. So this is what happens when you have these public exchanges of arguments and legal battles. People love to get their name in the spotlight. This is what happens. It just always does. People always say, oh my God, I worked with Justin Baldoni that one time and he was so mean to me in the hallway, or he didn't look my way, or he passed on me, or he treated me a little uncomfortably. He made me feel weird. He touched my shoulder in that strange way. Like, this is what the name of the game is now. This does not happen, or has not happened in this case, except for this mystery declarant. Yes, we randomly get Dr. Wackadoodle, that crazy ass, my opinion, Dr. Leslie, who she has said in her stories and her videos many times, oh, just wait. So many people from his college days and so many people on the set who have said that Justin Baldoni has blank, 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 and blank, but no one has actually said that. And no one has actually put that on record. So she's just coming out of it. Like, you can say anything in the world. You can say that the sky is purple. It's not true. This is the first person who on the record has said that I have been mistreated. I am 18 years old. And, if you remember in the actual legal document, I'm 18 years old and of sound mind. And I was treated badly by Justin Baldoni. We didn't know who it was. In my mind, I thought it was Liz Plank. It was reading Liz Plank to me, because it was reading Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And along the same lines, it was Claire Ayoub. And I think they're cut from the same cloth. Truly, I think those two are cut from the same cloth. They're not the same person, but I think, in my mind, I feel like they're cut from the same cloth, because I think they're both two women who are narcissists. I think they're obsessed with themselves. I think that they think their ish don't stink. And I think that they bite the hand that feeds them. Because in both cases, they have had great relationships with Wayfair Productions, Steve Sarowitz. I don't know how close Liz was with Steve, but Jamie and Justin, they were both given great opportunities by both those people, and they both took those people and threw them in the trash just to satisfy or get ahead with who they deemed more powerful in the industry. And that was Blake and Ryan. And that's not going to work out really well for them, because ultimately, and maybe Liz, for the time being, it's working out well for her. We'll see how long that lasts, or it will work well for her in her little kind of corner of the internet. But I can't even handle her corner of the internet. It makes me allergic. But Claire is truly, she just dug her own industry grave, in my opinion, because to record your boss, alert, 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 every single producer, executive, financier, put it out there on deadline. Do not ever hire Claire Ayoub. She will fuck you over. She will record you without you knowing. Are you insane? After you've given her millions of dollars to make her dream project, are you insane? You're insane to do that. For what? Why? So the only reason to do something like that is because you truly felt intimidated and scared because this is a man that was a seriously scary man. Look, there's scary men in this industry. We had the Harvey Weinsteins. We had there's we've heard stories about, right now, Kevin Costner is getting his day in court, basically, not really court yet, but like there's people out there that are highly abusive verbally. There's people out there that yell and they scream. We've all heard Tom Cruise yell at his crew during those COVID days on Mission Impossible. We have heard those people that attack and they scream and they yell. And then there's men out there that do worse to the women on set and they take them in private rooms and, God forbid, do things horrible. There are actual scary men on sets. So I am not taking away the idea that a woman would be intimidated by a man. But what? This guy? So on August 29th, 2024, if you can just kind of like rewind, where's our rewind sound effect? I don't think we have one. Let's check. I don't know, but we do have a heartbeat, a fast heartbeat. So everyone get nervous. 29th, 2024. It was August 29th, 2024. If you can imagine where you are, 20 days after the It Ends With Us premiere. It's so crazy because it feels like 17 years ago, but it was actually just a year ago, a little over a year ago, August 29th, 2024. We're 20 days after the premiere, and right now in the media, all the world is against Blake Lively because what we're seeing on TV and on the news is that everyone has just dropped Justin Baldoni on the premiere, and no one was like, everyone's so confused. So for the first couple weeks, everyone was like, what did Justin Baldoni do wrong? But at this point, I'm actually wondering, when did Shasti's video drop? Blake Lively. August 10th, 2024. So then we're 19 days after that Blake Lively interview that Shasti dropped. So that really started to set off all the TikToks and all the videos and all the started to set off all of the conversations about, like, is Blake Lively actually kind of a biatch? And so 19 days after that conversation started to spiral, Claire picks up the phone and decides to call Steve Sarowitz and record this record this conversation. Why she made this phone call, we don't really know. I don't really know exactly what the reason is. And thanks, Vivian. Bye. And we don't have to understand exactly why she called. The point is, why did she record this call? Now, if you go back and you kind of put the puzzle pieces together, I was on a TikTok live this morning with Elsie and with, I'm trying to think who else, CJ, citizen journalist, with Same Girl, Different Time, with a few different people, and with Clark, who's the guy that actually went to the court and picked up the recording and put it on this website, which is Docket Updates. And it's a really, really, and I'll play it for you guys in just a second, so don't worry. But if you go over to Docket Updates, Clark actually went to New York courthouse and got the CD. They're trying to make it very difficult for us. Put it on this website with the transcript. Now, if you go and listen to this, you'll realize that in this audio, it's a very kind of like casual, normal conversation. Why did she record this conversation exactly during this time? Well, it's right after Blake Lively gets a hold of Jennifer Abel's text messages. Because if you actually do the puzzle pieces, it's right after the Van Zandt situation. So is there a world, and this is where it would be really nice to know during discovery, et cetera, if they did get access to any text messages or anything, is there a world where they reached out to Claire and said, calling anyone that's worked with Justin Baldoni and Steve Sarowitz on previous projects? Did you have a good experience with Justin? Was there any weirdness with Justin on set? And she would say, "Oh my God, Blake Lively's on the phone, Ryan Reynolds on the phone." It was kind of weird. Yeah. Oh, good, 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 good. Do you think you can call Steve? Let's see what he could say about it. Record it. It wouldn't be that crazy to think that they sent Claire over to record this phone call, because there's no good reason to understand why in the world she would record this phone call. Now, remember, this conversation is supposed to be she's supposed to be scared, right? She's supposed to be nervous for this conversation. And it's actually a very casual conversation. Now, you understand this is actually her boss, which, you're supposed to be nice and friendly, but I'm curious from you guys. I want you to hear just the beginning even. Does it sound like something you would be that she's nervous about or even like anxious about? To me, it sounds really friendly, but you guys listen.
Oh, same. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It'll be good. No, it'll be
Thank
good.
you.
She's
What's
talking to
up,
the
Steve?
assistant.
I'll let you and Steve chat.
Awesome. Great to see you, Elise.
Nice to see you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she's awesome. What's
Yes.
up? She's awesome. Your whole team is I just want to say thank you. Like, everyone has been so wonderful to work with. And I'm a big believer when you see people doing great work to be like, you're doing great work. So thanks for.
It's been a long few weeks, actually.
Oh, I'm sure it's been a long few weeks. Absolutely.
But, I think people can say what they want to say. And I don't know if you're watching the media at all.
No, I haven't. I don't know what's going on. No one's spoken to me about it. So I just know I don't know what happened on that set, but I know the media can turn really, really bad and negative. And I just rejoined TikTok for the film, and I was texting Rain. I was like, I rejoined it. It scares me, but I'm doing it. And just seeing how fast stuff blows up there too, is really tough. Really tough.
Well, I don't think you're going to have any issues with this film.
No, Steve, when I tell you our cast and just the response from people, just from the trailer.
Just hearing that really fast, it's really interesting. Now that I'm like into true crime and I'm so used to listening to all these 911 calls, like Ellen Greenberg, right? Her murder, and listening to the 911 call left by her ex-fiance, you're taught to pick these things apart. She calls and she goes, no one's talked to me about it. What? Why would you say that? No one's talked to me about it. And you mean to tell me, Claire Ayoub, that your bosses, Steve Sarowitz and Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath, are involved in a new huge #1 film that is talked about on E! News. I don't know why I brought up E! News as if that's even relevant, but like Access Hollywood, all of the, Entertainment Tonight and all over TikTok and all over everything. You have not paid attention at all to the news? What? Page 6? Oh, wait, no one's talked to me about it. Shut up. So of course she's like, no, I have no idea. I have no idea. And then she starts talking about her film and, and of course, like, she keeps bringing it back to her film, and he's like, okay, yeah. You can tell he is definitely not very interested in talking about her movie. She's very obsessed with talking about her movie, but I don't think that that's the goal of the phone call. I think that his brain is definitely, his brain in this moment is on It Ends With Us. You can tell, like, he's 19 days after the premiere of It Ends With Us, which is a huge movie. I mean, clearly compared to Empire Waste, I mean, It Ends With Us was a massive film, and that's all he keeps talking about it. That's all that keeps coming up. Now, the next thing that keeps popping up is when hold on. When I want to find a moment when hold on. There's a moment.
Prove that, because our movie resonated with people from 14 to 84 across, like, and that was for me, in addition to the creative. And this is why I teach it. I teach the creative, but I also teach the business. I'm like, prove why you are worth an investment, and like be comfortable talking about that.
I think it would go lower than 14. I think.
Oh no, that was just the script. The movie went down to 8.
Yeah.
Movie went down to 8 and beyond. And like that for us, I don't know if I told you this, our editor, Aziza, she has now her daughter, for screenings, like she brought her 16-year-old daughter and her 8-year-old son. And
out there, we'll I'm sure we'll have a good run here in Island Park, at least decent.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
We'll see. And the bottom line is that the victory is getting it out.
Honestly, right? And the fact that we're going to be in theaters, we're going to be on Friday, our trailer's going to be in theaters, which for me and Crystal, I like stopped our meeting with Blue Fox and I was like, sorry, I'm just going to scream real quick.
All right,
that
here
is
it
so
is.
cool.
Hold on, it's coming
And the
right
putting
here.
behind this, I know I think focused on promoting the film and getting, butts and seats for theaters, and then us amplify our network, which is really fun.
Amazing. Well,
It's
we'll do our best to.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. But I also know, coming off the It Ends With Us stuff, I just want to say, I see you.
So basically, she keeps talking about her film. Like she's like, word salad, word salad, word salad. Very Blake Lively. And he is clearly distracted. Number one, he is a multi-millionaire, maybe billionaire. He is not interested in talking to her about her merch and her silly costumes. And I don't even know what she's talking about. He is in the middle of like a press chaos right now, right after the premiere. And he's silent. He's like, oh, okay, cool. He's probably like, what am I doing on the phone call here? And then so it's silent. And then she's like, yeah, so about It Ends With Us. Like, I'm just hoping that everything's okay. Like she keeps going back to It Ends With Us.
And it is exhausting. It's exhausting. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Jamie was the most exhausted out of everybody.
He says Jamie was the most exhausted. Now, I want you to pay attention how much he protects and how much he cares about Jamie.
Was he was, I'm sure, the go-between with Sony, right?
He was the go-between. He was the one who was taking the brunt of the hits, because you didn't see the brunt of the hits, like the slam jobs on us.
Oh, I didn't.
No, because nobody saw them.
Right.
Jamie was stopping it. So Jamie was stopping the worst of the worst.
Oh. There
There was a point where they were trying to slam the Baha'i Faith. He got that done and out. So, basically...
Who was? Was it Sony or was it public? Yikes. That's icky. That's icky.
Oh, they went after everything we had. Luckily, I was out of it. So, like,
I'm glad.
nobody had mentioned me. I mean, but
glad.
that's because I'm a nobody. I'm like, I'm nobody.
We know who you are.
Yeah, but
It's
nobody
kind of
knows.
a blessing. Let me tell you, it's kind of a blessing.
I know. Well, that's right. No, there's all these things like, because Blake and Ryan paid for the movie. I'm like, really? Really? Send me a check.
Every time I've seen that, or some of the comments I see, or on the flip, they'll say that Blake sold her cut back to, and I was like, that's not how it works. You own the footage. Like, that's not how it, and people will say it so confidently. And they'll be like, yeah, because they bankrolled the movie. And I'm like, that's not how that's not how it works.
Right, but we just sit there quietly
I
and
know.
let them think what they want. And, ultimately we're not going to, but Blake and Ryan are billionaires. I don't think they are, actually.
No, and even if then, like, everyone has a stake in everything. It's a lot. And yeah, I think it was just fanning the flames, and people... I saw this so I started following this great TikToker who is a PR expert, and she's...
So then she goes into like why in August it seems to be a very, very busy time, or a very slow time. And this is why it's become such a big press story. Remember, this is before the CRD complaint. This is before she comes after him for SH. This is before any of that. She is, he's talking about the fact that, she's saying basically that this PR expert is saying the reason it's such a big story about why Blake and Justin didn't get along on set is because it happened in August. Okay. So she's giving him like almost, she's encouraging him that it's going to go away. It's going to go away. And he's like, I hope. But he's not he's really, he's not sounding angry. He's not sounding, mad. He's sounding kind of like bummed about the entire thing. Now, the next time Justin comes up is a little bit later when they talk about working with Rainn Wilson, because Rainn Wilson, who's Justin's good friend and also part of the Baha'i faith, is part of this Empire Waste movie. So it comes up a little bit later, around 20 minutes into the call.
I'm Rainn. Hello. Like that for me, for all of them, made them feel really seen and safe.
It must have been so starstruck to be working with Rainn Wilson.
They were, but he like from the first time we talked on the phone, he's like, I don't want them to feel intimidated by me. Like that was, and I relayed that to the team. I was like, Rainn wants you to know. And he walked the walk when he got there. He like shook everyone's hand, including the extras who had no lines and like no names in the movie. And he's like, I'm Rainn. It's so nice to meet you. Let's have fun. And like when I tell you, because that was like the vibe we were really cultivating on this set of making sure people felt safe. And wow, what a gift. What a gift.
The irony is Justin is just like that. And like you hear things from the and it ends with us set. So you hear two different sets. It's like, wait a second, which set was it? Was it the set that Brandon Sklenar talked about, where it was amazing?
Yeah.
Or was it the set that Brandon Sklenar talked about?
Honestly.
There he says, he goes, it's just like Justin Baldoni's set. He basically says Rainn Wilson and Justin Baldoni are very similar, right? So he says straight up, Justin, he said the irony is Justin is just like that. And like you think some of the events with it ends with us set. So you hear two different sets. It's like, which set was it? Was it the set that Brandon Sklenar talked about, which was amazing? Or was it the set that Brandon Sklenar talked about? It's just so tricky. Like that is the weird thing, is that you're hearing two different stories from from the same people.
It's so tricky, especially, I don't know. Because I wasn't there, so I don't know what it was like.
I was.
You were there. Was it bad?
No.
Oh, God.
Justin never has a bad set. Yes, it was the worst set he's ever been on, but no, it wasn't bad. I was there on set. It was, Justin is really kind and loving, and he's like Rainn. So you imagine Rainn's running a set. It's just, it's the Baha'i set. It's never going to be like that. No,
it's a Baha'i set.
Everything was made up. It was manufactured, and it was manufactured on purpose in order to take Justin down.
It sucks. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry because I know the intentions of making the movie were with such a purpose. I'm sorry to have this going on. I'm hoping
he says it was manufactured to take Justin down. You guys, this was in August, before her complaint even came out. They knew this was going on. They knew this was happening. This is not like a defensive move after the lawsuit started. This is not coming out now. This was months before her lawsuit. She's such a fake cunt, this Claire.
It didn't take Justin down.
No, I'm hoping it's winding down. Fingers crossed.
I think it's going, well, Hollywood's still got a hold of it.
Yeah. That's because it's quiet. Again, August, man. August. I'll send you this video from this TikToker. I love her. her.
Oh, do you?
She is just like, she is a pro. I think she's in her like 50s. And
so she goes on and on about this this TikToker, and then she says, where does it go on from here? It says, this is when the Israel and Hamas comment that came up in the amended complaint. If you remember that amended complaint where they pulled just the Israel and Hamas line, which is really interesting. And you'll hear the tone. It's all about the tone, but this is where it is. They started talking about Chapel Roan. It's so stupid. I don't even know why she brings up Chapel Roan, but she brings up Chapel Roan, and it comes into protecting the studio.
Or, it can just be really scary. It can be super scary. I don't know. But I'm sorry it's been so... Are you able to take a vacation soon, Steve? Do you get to rest your brain?
No, but mine isn't so bad. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Jamie was working till 11 o'clock at night. I just checked in occasionally. Yeah. There was a week that was long for me when we thought we were going to have to go into court.
Oh, and God.
I still don't know that we won't have to go into court.
Sure.
I just know that for right now, it seems like détente. And then if they persist and they push to the limits, then we'll go to court. And then it's all on me. Then I'll be working harder than Jamie did, because I'm going to
Because
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
go.
be protecting the studio, right?
I will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. So there were 39,000 dead bodies. There will be 2 dead bodies when I'm done, minimum. And so not dead, but dead to you're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, she's making a joke of it.
That kind
You're
of
dead to
dead,
me.
but dead to a lot of people. If they ever get me to that point, then I'll make it worth their while because I'm going to spend a lot of money to make sure the studio is protected. But I don't think we'll go there.
Yeah, I hope not. As someone who
That's not the world I want to live in.
No, I hope it goes away. I just hope it goes away, or that people lose
you,
interest
Claire?
or realize it's harming everyone's career.
Yeah, I think that we'll just probably for years.
Yeah.
This is not going to go away. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah.
We'll have to be defensive for years because there'll be stuff coming at us. I will be defensive for years. So if they ever cross the line, ever, then I will go after them.
Yeah.
And Jamie at one point called me up and said, "I think we're going to need you."
Yeah.
And we have lawyers ready to go. We have our press people, our PR people working. We haven't had to engage the lawyers much yet.
That's
so.
good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign because that gets
Nothing's really hit our studio. It's never basically people love Justin and they still love Justin.
Yeah, that's good. That's
good. And if you meet Justin, how could you not love Justin?
I know. But yeah, I'm just glad that I'm just sending all the good energy. I hope it stays.
If you meet Justin, how could you not love Justin? Wait, Claire, wait, hold on. This would be a perfect opportunity for you to be like, well, Steve, I worked with Justin and I didn't actually have a very good experience with him. It's probably important that you should know that. Right? Huh. Interesting that you haven't told Steve that you had this horrible experience with him enough so that you put it in a freaking document to the court. I can't. Oh my God. So anyway, they just kind of go back and forth. And I feel like she just kind of, massages him a little bit more and he talks a little bit more and then they go back and forth. And it's just this kind of strange phone call that doesn't really have a point. It's weird. It literally seems like a phone call that you make when you're trying to catch someone in a sting. You know what I mean? That's truly what it feels like. And she gives him love. Go have your break. It was great talking to you, she says. I'm sending all the love. I hope it calms down. He says, I will say that it's going to calm down. It's already calmed down. She says, good, I'm glad. All right, my friend. It was great to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Because I think it was a FaceTime or a Zoom. And he says, we'll see each other in person in 1 month. She goes, I'm so psyched. I'm so psyched. And he goes, I'm really looking forward to getting it out there. I'm glad that, I couldn't believe we weren't going to do anything. And he says, if we have another hit for Wayfair, we're gonna, da-da-da-da. Yeah, I mean, it was a very calm, nice, friendly. Oh, and then they bring up Scarlett Johansson about her movie and saying how great she was and nice. And he says she was so cool, calm, collected, and confident and nice. And he does say, it's so interesting because you work with so many people and almost everybody's nice. And then there's Blake. She's totally different than everybody else. Not to say anything bad about her, just different. See, that's the thing. He's not even aware that he's being recorded. It's so wild. He's not even aware that he's being recorded. This is his moment. He feels like he's with a confidant. He feels like he's with an ally. And he could have in this moment been like, that Blake, see you next Tuesday. I can't believe she did this to Justin. I can't believe she took his movie, his passion project, and treated him like this and sent him to the basement. I can't believe that he ruined his big night. I can't believe she did this to him. He was like, I'm not going to say anything bad. She's just different. What? He's not a bad man. He's not a bad man. I stand by it. I stand by it. And this woman took two people that took Steve, Justin, and Jamie, and took their kindness and grabbed it by the balls and squeezed it and threw it away. And for that, I hope karma gets her in the industry, because you cannot trust people like that. You cannot trust people with, honestly, with her eyes. It's those eyes that she has. And I don't know how in the world she's going to think. I don't think that they thought this was going to come out. I don't think so. But if you have those eyes, I hate to say it, but it's those eyes that she possesses. They scare me. And we'll see. We'll see what happens to Claire. But man, those eyes. All right. Well, good luck, Claire. Good luck, babe. Good luck. All right. Let's move on to another story. We've got a lot to talk about. I think this all was a win for Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer, because the truth always wins and the cream always rises to the top and the dirt sinks heavily to the bottom. And meanwhile, while all of that is happening, Blake Lively is distracting us by going to Hamilton and pretending that nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. I'm just like obsessed with Hamilton on her Instagram stories. She's just glomming on to Hamilton and all of these people. And it's just a joke. It's just a joke. She is a joke. And anyone out there that is still supporting as if this is like a case of crazy SH. What the hell? This is so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. It's truly embarrassing. All right. We've got to move on to some other stories. In the meantime, I just want to remind you guys that this week's Daily Dose of Donna is brought to you by my favorite dog food in the planet is Ollie. If you guys saw over the weekend, I posted my photo shoot that I did with my dogs. I know this is kind of embarrassing that I did a photo shoot with my dogs, but I did. And I'm not embarrassed about it, honestly, because I do love my dogs so much. But my photographer that I hired for Dosers Live, Lori Fusaro, by the way, she has an incredible business where she photographs dogs and animals. So if you guys want to hire her, you can use code DOSERS20. And I sent it all out in my newsletter, but you can hire her and get a 20% off discount. Photo by Lori is her on Instagram. But here is I'll share it with you guys while I read to you my Ollie ad, because the reason why my dogs are so damn cute is because they get fed well. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced. So let me share this with you, and then I have to get my stuff together. My brain is not working well. I think I'm a little sick and under the weather, I have to be honest. So there you go. This is my family with our 3 dogs. Yes, I know I look crazy. I'm like Blake Lively. I have no friends, just animals. But those are my 3 dogs shot by Lori. But honestly, Ollie is the best. At Ollie, we want to focus specifically on, the health of the dogs and how amazing their digestion is and their poops. And it's so great. Our dogs are the best. My dogs are so happy. And that's partially because of what they eat. I switched to Ollie because they offer fresh protein-packed meals made with real human-grade ingredients, a win for my dog's health, and they offer 5 tasty recipes, all slow-cooked for top nutrition, a win for my dog's happiness. They have human-grade recipes backed by vet nutritionists and crafted with culinary experts. The dogs love the taste. I'm not joking. My 3 dogs love these all foods. I mean, there's 5 different flavors. There's tailored meal plans to meet your dog's specific needs and perfectly portioned meals in mess-free packaging. The Ollie app offers on-demand health screenings also, where you can tap real experts for your pup's peace of mind. Your dog's well-being starts with their food, and that's why Ollie delivers fresh human-grade food that your dogs will love. Head to ollie.com/daily dose. That's OLLIE.com/daily dose. Tell them all about your dog and use code daily dose to get 60% off. I am trying to find the comment that Christina wrote. There we go. To get 60% off your first box. And your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on that first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That is OLLIE.com/daily dose and enter code daily dose to get 60% off your first box. Thank you, Ollie. You should see my freezer. It's filled with Ollie. Okay. Let's get into our next story. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard are getting canceled. Currently, as we speak on the internet, it is an ongoing process. It's happening. It's happening even if we can't stop it. It's going. It's going. It's going. I don't know how to stop it. What do you guys think? Now, this is going to bring up some jokes about DV. That's domestic violence. And I'm sorry that I have to bring it up, but this is just the news. Okay. I can't not talk about it. I didn't bring it up. They did, not me. So it was the cover of Page 6, this story. And I didn't even realize that this was actually a thing until I realized that it was a thing. It's a real story. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh, people are really, really upset about this. I didn't see it in my feed. And then I went over there. Listen, I'm finally getting Lance to watch Nobody Wants This because the new season 2 is coming out this week. Best show ever. Best show ever. And Kristen Bell is obviously the lead. So I'm not the biggest Dax Shepard fan. Like, I wouldn't stan Dax. I wouldn't ride hard for Dax. That sounds sexual, but I wouldn't. But I don't find Kristen Bell offensive. I don't find anything wrong with Kristen Bell. I would ride hard for Adam Brody. It again sounds very sexual, but I would. I am obsessed with Adam Brody. Like, I was going to say take me to church, but he's a rabbi on the show, so take me to temple. I love Adam Brody. So hot. But Kristen and Dax, like, I think they're what Blake and Ryan want to be. They are funny. They are successful. They're highly in love. I think they try to be really funny. I think they have like a silly sense of humor. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm curious how you guys feel. Now, here's the story. Kristen Bell and Dax celebrated their wedding anniversary over the weekend. And Kristen Bell posted on her Instagram stories, ooh, breaking news. I'll get into that in just a second. MJ files for divorce after 7 years from Shahs of Sunset. Breaking news. Whoa. In case you guys know about MJ from Shahs of Sunset, I'm not surprised about this at all. But I will get into this story in just a second. Remember my breaking news banner? What happened to my breaking news banner? Okay. Back to the show. So on Kristen Bell's Instagram, she posted, I think at the beginning of the weekend. Remember, she has almost 16 million followers, and she posted this post. It was 2 days ago. She goes, happy 12th wedding anniversary. Let me make it bigger. Happy 12th wedding anniversary to the man who once said to me, I would never kill you. A lot of men have killed their wives at a certain point. Even though I'm heavily incentivized to kill you, I never would. And a heart. Okay? Get that? So, the hug, obviously it's a very loving post. A lot of people think he looks like her dad in this picture because she's so tiny next to him. Now, I want to know, I guess I should do a little poll in the comments right now. I'm curious from you guys. I'm going to ask in a poll. Start a poll. Is Kristen Bell's post offensive? Start poll. Okay, you guys let me know. Did the poll come up? How come I don't see it? Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's see some of your comments and see what you guys think. So far, no is in the lead. If you guys have had and have been in DV relationships, I wonder if this is where it's going to hit a little differently. I have been on the receiving end of not of being in a DV relationship, knock on wood, thank God, but of being in trouble with my audience for making a joke, and have been attacked for months on Reddit because of this. People are very, very, very quick to turn on you if you make a joke about this. And so I can see why some people are very upset about this. Okay, so here is some comments. Miranda says, as a true crime lover, he is correct. It's always the husband, LOL. Holly says, I would have just put that in a Hallmark card. Nancy says, yeah, that's ick. I don't go for that sort of joke. Genergy says, the picture is weird. It's like he's holding on to his little girl. LCS says, I am a DV survivor and this doesn't bother me. Miranda, I feel like husbands and wives do say weird stuff to each other, but it's probably weird because she posted it as such a public figure. So there you go. I think that that's kind of what it is. You can say funny things to each other. Like I got a comment from someone in my DMs that said, but I say this to my husband all the time. Like, are we going to dateline each other? They joke about that, she and her husband all the time. And that's the difference, is like, once you have an audience, you have to be so much more careful, because your jokes will not land the way that you think that they'll land when you're at home with your husband or inside with your close people who get your humor. 96% of my jokes do not land with my audience. I once made a joke. Here, I'm going to expose my deep, dark, almost getting canceled secrets. In my Facebook group, like about a year and a half ago, I posted an article of this video of a woman beating the crap out of her husband. And it wasn't like a video, it was like an article. And I made a joke saying Lance should just be lucky that I just nag him or something like that on my Daily Dose of Donna Facebook group. And I thought I was being funny. And people turned on me so hard. Like I got attacked so badly. And I had to make a whole statement about how I didn't think it was like a joke. And I'm so sorry. And I did not mean to make a joke of DV. And like, I take it really seriously. And I'm so sorry. Like I felt awful about it. Awful. And I truly don't make jokes about DV. Like I was thinking it was just kind of like funny, like Lance always gives me so much crap about giving him shit about doing dishes. And so I thought it was just funny that like you could have it so much worse. Why are you giving me so much crap about telling you to clean up? Like I thought it was funny, but it didn't land at all. My joke didn't land. And so people literally, I got attacked for months on Reddit, months. Like still to this day, I get attacked over it. And I still get bad reviews on my podcast about it. So I get why it's so sensitive. So this is going to stick with her forever. And she will not, Natasha. Natasha goes, I'm too autistic for sensitive women. Maybe I am too, but I'm not autistic. I'm going to get canceled again. So I don't know where we draw the line, but I just think that people don't know our senses of humor on the internet anymore. And I think we all have to just assume that most people are going to be offended by everything now. Yeah, Rosanna says, or maybe just keep some non-conventional jokes amongst your friends group. Like that's exactly what it is. So she has 16 million followers and people were not having it. Now, this is where, like, let's go into some of the comments on this post. Howie says he should write for Hallmark, which is kind of funny. Like, that's Howie Mandel, right? Good News Movement, which is a really interesting take on this, commented like all these hearts. Now, Good News Movement is a website that only posts like all these good, sweet things. Obviously, people don't actually take this seriously. They know that this is like a loving post. But people, Dateline NBC is hilarious here. They said screenshotted. Now, Emily Van Holman, I don't know who this is, wrote domestic violence isn't a joke. And it got 12,000 likes. Okay. Killy Maria here says, and got 12,000 likes as well. Congratulations. I know the caption is supposed to be cute, funny, but worldwide, a woman is killed every 10 minutes by their partner. Okay. Yes, Good News Movement, I think, is Tank. Oh, no, Tanks. I don't think it's Tank Sinatra. Tank Sinatra is Tank's News. Tank's Good News or something. So Killy Maria immediately puts it out there that this is like, congrats on your anniversary, but women are dying by their partners. So now it's, okay. People are upset. Now this person says, happy anniversary. Now tell me which jeans you're wearing. This other person says, not us wondering if that's one of your daughters or if you're in fact that little. Someone else said, I don't know where it is. Someone did say earlier, like the Rebecca Marie says, I was in an abusive marriage for 23 years and I love this post. If you don't want to be triggered, get off the internet. And that is also a take that like a lot of people are just ready to be upset. They're just constantly ready to be angry. Constantly. Like they are looking to be angry. Now, someone else said, somewhere else, Seth Green, Terry Crews, like a lot of celebrities, of course, that they're friends with are like loving on it. I think if you know them, they get it. They're fine with it. I think it's fine. I'm not offended by everything like this. There's only very few things that really trigger me, but I don't take everything personally. I am very sensitive to certain things though. There's certain things that like will very upset me, right? So it's very tough. I think everyone has their thing. Everyone has their thing. And I think it's a very personal situation. The article on page 6 says, hold on. Let me get into the reaction. It says the unbelievably tone-deaf and insensitive sentiments angered many commenters, as several pointed out that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Others reminded Bell that spousal abuse isn't a joke or something to take lightly. Many called the message weird and disturbing, and it even left one fan questioning Bell as a person. Someone also wondered, how can any self-respecting woman stay with a man who jokes like that? I'm not even a very serious person, but that would have me leaving so fast your head would spin. Wow. However, a handful of supporters defended the star and called her critics too sensitive. That's just going to be a up for debate situation. Micah's sensitive. Micah's deal breaker is double dipping in relationships, Nancy's mad at me. If you are very sensitive to some things, could you not have empathy then for those who find this bad? We don't get triggered by your triggers, but have compassion and empathy for you. When did you think that I didn't have empathy for you? See, you're taking it personally that I'm mad at you. I'm not having empathy for you. I said everyone's allowed to have their own empathy. I mean, your own triggers. I don't think you're crazy. You absolutely are allowed. I just said, see, this is the thing. Now it's like a fight back and forth. I just said everyone is allowed to be angry at their own things. Everyone has their own things. What the problem with the internet is, you can't get away with saying anything anymore without getting people upset at something. I posted yesterday that I don't like Mark Ruffalo. The amount of rage that came at me is a joke over Mark Ruffalo. I stand by my feelings. There's no way to pacify the internet. It's just not possible. But she should know, I guess, when you put something out there in such a grand way, you're going to upset people, right? You're going to upset people. I'm doing a Patreon, by the way, a live Patreon at 2 p.m. Pacific time today. If you join Patreon, it will be live. The link will be there. And we're going to do it back and forth. And so a lot of people are curious why I don't like Mark Ruffalo. Why don't you like Mark Ruffalo? Why don't you like Mark Ruffalo? Oh, I'll talk about it, but I'm not going to talk about it here. Okay. Okay. So next about Kristen Bell. Was there anything else about Kristen Bell that I wanted to talk about? I felt like there was something good. Okay, let's move on. Can we talk about our next one? We got to talk about more stories, y'all, because the time is a chicken. Okay. Our next story is brought to you by Wayfair. As the holidays approach, get what you need to personalize your home with Wayfair. Shop holiday decor for every room in their house. Whether it's Christmas trees, wreaths, or inflatables for the front yard, Wayfair is your one-stop shop. Refresh your guest room with bedding, linens, throw pillows, and accent chairs for way less. Make holiday hosting a breeze with quality cookware that will wow any guest. I love Wayfair. I use Wayfair for my backyard during the summer. And now I'm using Wayfair to Christmas-fy and Hanukkah-fy. Holiday-fy my living room and my kitchen and my family area and my couch and all of that. Although I still love my Lola blanket. Sorry. Okay, that's the best blanket. But Wayfair is great for everything else. There's something for every style in every home, no matter your style or your budget. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals this holiday season with endless inspiration for every space and budget. There's free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. Get organized, refreshed, and ready for the holidays for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. All right, you guys, perfect neighbor. We have to get into it really fast. I know that we're coming up on the end of the show, but this is the time that we have to talk about it. This is a movie that will blow your mind. Okay? It will blow your mind. It is one of the saddest, most depressing, most horrendous, most awful documentaries, and I say that awful, but I like positive, important documentaries I have ever seen. And the shocking thing about this documentary, which is out on Netflix, it came out last week, Friday maybe, is that it is all done, for the most part, 95% of it, I think, I don't know percentage, but mostly, with body cam. So it's not done through interviews mostly. You do hear some voiceover interviews, but 90% of it is through body cam from the police and some cell phone footage and Ring camera. It tells the story of this woman, Susan Lawrence. I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know exactly. In Florida. In this small town in Florida, Ocala, Florida. I apologize if I'm saying any of the names wrong. Everything I'm going to tell you is going to be a spoiler, okay? But this is a true story and it really happened, so I'm not really, telling anything out of the truth. In 2023, this story was all over the news. And sadly, I didn't know anything about it, maybe because it was a local story only. I don't remember hearing anything about it, but I guess it did spark nationwide outrage because in 2023, this woman, Susan, a white woman in her late 50s, was living in a small little neighborhood um, where it seemed like a very kind of friendly, safe neighborhood. Where a lot of the families that lived in this home, the kids would just run free. It kind of gave me a very like old neighborhood feel, very almost like the way I grew up, even though I grew up here in Los Angeles. But after school, when I grew up, all the kids would just run out in the yards and run around and whatever. And this was an area where all of these kids were just free to run free every day. The kids were, they looked anywhere from like 7 or 8 years old to 15-ish. They were white and black, the kids. They were just having fun. They would go from, it looked like from yard to yard, play football. It didn't seem like they were doing anything dangerous. They weren't acting crazy. They were roller skating. They were throwing the football. They were playing games. They were just being kids. But this one woman, the Susan Lawrence, who was a late 50s-year-old white woman, and I say that because it's important to the story, was very, very, I hate to use the word, but they called her, all these women, all these kids and their parents called her like the neighborhood Karen. She truly was your neighborhood Karen. She was constantly struggling with the noise that these kids were making and the fact that they were getting close to her home. They were all renting in this area, and she didn't own the property that was next to her home. It was a big green grass field that they would just run on. And it was an open field. And for some reason, the Susan struggled so much to hear the sound of kids playing and to know that they were just playing near her property because she just happened to live near an open field. And the kids were just annoying her. They didn't taunt her. They didn't do anything to annoy her, but she would yell at them. She would scream at them. And then it would start to become elevated where she would call the police. She'd call the police over and over and over and over. And it became one of those things where the police were coming to the neighborhood over and over and over, like a repeated amount of times. And they would come to the kids and be like, guys, I know that you're just being kids. Like, I'm sorry. You just have to kind of leave her alone. Try your hardest to just stay away from her. Don't engage with her. If she comes out there and yells at you, just like go to your parents, leave her alone. They'd go to her. They would try to pacify her and tell her, don't yell at the kids, just call us. But then they would have to, the police would kind of talk to each other and call her kind of like, she's psycho, she's crazy, like she's a little batshit, because the police knew that she was being just a typical neighborhood Karen and the kids were being kids. Were the kids kind of annoying to her a little bit and maybe giving her a little shit because she was giving them such hell? Probably, because kids are kids. Okay, my kids give me shit. But she's still an adult woman and she was not able to handle it. She was not able to handle kids. And the parents, I don't know if the parents were not handling the kids perfectly or what. I don't know. But regardless, it didn't work well. Okay. It wasn't working well. She was then calling the kids names. It sounded like all the kids were starting to say that she was calling them names. She was calling them the B word. She was calling them the N word. She was calling them all kinds of like really, it was elevating. Then, she was throwing things at them. I guess the kids were then starting to kick down signs, like cardboard signs. She would say like, stay off my property. And it was obviously elevating, but they were kids. Okay. Ultimately, they weren't using guns. They weren't using knives. They weren't using any sort of weapons. They weren't terrorizing her in any sort of crazy way. From the stories that we were hearing from both sides, it seemed to be that she was just getting frustrated and annoyed and very angry. And she was having it up to here. Now, were the parents of the kids handling their kids perfectly? A lot of people in the comments are saying some of them weren't. That would be hard. Okay. It would be hard to know that your kids that the parents were letting their kids run wild and run free. But at the same time, like, if you're living in a neighborhood and you don't have kids and you're living in a neighborhood with hundreds of kids or 20 kids that are just having fun and running around, that may be a problem. Like, you may want to consider moving if you have kids in your neighborhood that are just having fun and it's summertime and they're just enjoying their lives. Like, I don't know how to explain that. You can't tell kids not to play outside. That's really, really hard to do. And it's kind of tough. So, without getting into super, super detail, obviously you have to watch the movie. You have to see it exactly. Now, it's June 2nd. It's summertime. It's a warm night. And on specifically this one night, June 2nd, she's calling the police over and over and over. And she's very, very angry about this one, situation with this one kid. And apparently she threw a roller skate at this one 10-year-old son, this one adorable, really sweet little boy. His name was Izzy. She threw a roller skate at him, apparently, allegedly, as he played in the field neighboring her apartment, which struck him in the foot. He then goes to his mom, tells her what happened, and then he said, I guess, that he left her his tablet there. And I can't really remember exactly what happened. But then I can't remember if he left his tablet, so he went back to get it and he left a roller skate there. I don't know. She threw a roller skate at him. He goes to his mom and he says, Mom, that woman threw a roller skate at me. Mom then, as moms do, get very, very, very protective. And she said, I've had enough of this woman attacking my kids. I'm going to go and I'm going to go protect my kid. And so this mom goes to the Susan woman and starts kind of knocking on the door, right? She goes knocking on the door multiple times and tells Susan to come to the door. And this Susan, and this is after months of back and forth, takes a gun and fires a shot through the locked door, which then, unfortunately and sadly, kills the mom, AJ Owens, through the locked front door. And what transpires after this shot is truly the saddest couple scenes I have ever seen. I have never, because it's all live and on body cam footage of the cops getting the phone call. So Susan had just called the cops 2 minutes before saying, you got to come. Then the woman came and then was shot. And she played it off later that she was so scared for her life that she thought she was going to get killed by this woman. But what ends up happening with the kids finding out that their mom was shot and then finding out that the mom had been killed. I mean, the way I cried, it was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. Not really, but like truly one of the saddest documentaries I've ever seen. There were so many things wrong with this moment. Now, she tried to convey that this is like a stand your ground law, because in Florida, they have these ideas of like stand your ground, meaning like if you feel that someone's coming into your home, self-defense. But this woman was outside a locked door. She didn't even try to come in. She was just banging on a door. There's no reason to fire a gun, right? You just wait for the cops to come. You call 911 is what you do if you're actually scared for your life. She fired a gun and she killed that woman. And then you end up seeing what happens. And meanwhile, Susan, finally, I'm telling you exactly what happens. She finally gets arrested. It takes a while. She finally gets arrested after a lot of angry people come to, stand up and say this is insane, that this woman is not getting arrested. It took a little bit of time for her to get arrested. She finally gets arrested. And the wildest reaction to being told that she has to go to jail. You have a camera in the interrogation room with the police saying, like, we're going to arrest you. And the woman sits there. It's very Donna Adelson vibes. She sits there and she's like, no, you're not going to arrest me. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. It's the craziest visual. Now, meanwhile, I'll show you just an update on, for those of you that haven't looked it up yet, where is she now? She ends up going to trial, and she tried to get off, and she ended up getting the guilty verdict for manslaughter. They came up with the idea that she actually acted out of anger rather than fear. And I'm so glad that this happened, because she was a nasty woman. She was a nasty, racist woman who said horrible things to Black kids. She called them the N-word. I mean, disgusting. She was a disgusting woman, honestly, is a disgusting woman. This is her now. She's lost a lot of weight. She must not like food in prison. She's found guilty, and she's now serving a 25-year sentence in a Florida prison. And this was, of course, her when she finally got arrested that night. It's one of the most insane documentaries. This is AJ and her children, her 4 children, and her mother. Her mother looked so young. It's such a sad documentary, but the way that they shot this documentary is such an unbelievable. This is when she was getting finally arrested, and she stands there. She sits there and she's like, no, you're not taking me. You're not taking me. And they're like, Susan, we're going to do this the hard way or the easy way. And this was her when she was on trial, like a different person. 1 year later. And this is her sentencing when she got 25 years. She's crying. Too bad, so sad. I've never seen a documentary that like powerful. It was so weird because it wasn't even really produced. It was just real. And the way that I wept for those 4 kids, it was so sad. It was really sad. Definitely, you should watch it. Blair says, Donna, you put us onto the best documentaries. I wouldn't have been glued to the Karen Reed case if it weren't for your suggestion. Yeah, thank you guys. I like to watch these documentaries and turn you guys onto them if they're good. She definitely watch it. It's a hard watch, but it's important. And I want to like donate money to that family, those 4 kids. And I hope the money that goes from this movie goes to them. Those poor, sweet kids. The way that those kids, because he feels so guilty. Because imagine he came home and like complained about the woman, and then his mom went in to protect him and then got killed. I'll never and he was like, it's because of me. It's because of me. And someone asked him, the police officer asked him, Izzy, they said, Izzy, are you feeling okay? Are you doing okay? And he goes, no, my heart is broken. Oh my God, the way I cried. My heart couldn't take it. It was one of the most sad things ever. Mother says, Donna, can you do me a favor and be one of the few sane content creators that does not cover the hidden true crime drama? I wish I even knew what that was. Is there something that I need to know about? Now I need to know. I don't know. Now I'm going to look it up. It was so sad, you guys. Really a sad story. I didn't know about that, but that just goes to show there's so many stories we don't know about of just injustice and sadness. But this actually justice was served, which is nice to know when justice is actually served. Yeah, Christina, send it to me. Send it to me in DMs or whatever. All right, you guys, I adore you. Oh, let's just leave with one funny. Let's leave on a good note with Kim Kardashian. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys, what happened to Kim Kardashian over the weekend? Just when I gave her a little bit of love with her Call Her Daddy episode, she did this. What in the world? Why did she do this? Why did Kim Kardashian decide to dress like this? Apparently, her glam team was silently crying over her last-minute masked look for the Academy Museum gala. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong. Should I be her for Halloween? Everything is wrong. Like the whole outfit is wrong from the top to the bottom. I don't understand how this is real life, you guys. We can't be there. We can't be this stupid, right? Why is she doing this? I mean, I guess we're talking about her, but aren't we talking about her enough? Do we really need to do this? Why, y'all? Why? Page 6 says, Kim Kardashian rocks horrifying face-obscuring mask to Academy Museum gala. She looks like a Halloween costume. It's so bad. It's so bad, you guys. One day I'm going to show up like this for you. It's so bad. This woman says, this makes me sad. A huge setback for all women. Wow. I wonder if they're looking at it. I wonder if she's looking at it like a burqa. Like she sees it almost like a burqa situation. That's interesting. I did see an article yesterday or an interview where they were asking her while she was while she was covered up, they were asking her about her muffed underwear, like her curly haired underwear. I just can't. I'm like, she has no face and she's talking about her bush underwear. There's you can't make this shit up. Where are we in this world? I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Like I need to figure out my new business. The bush thong. Okay, you guys, I adore you. Love you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you on Patreon at 2 p.m., 1 hour from now. I adore you. I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.